What's going on, guys? It's your boy Random Guy Kev, and this is Thoughts of a Random Guy. We talk about many things dealing with love, dating, relationships, adulting, life's ups and downs, and the ever evolving world of just being a human. Don't forget to check me out on all your favorite social media platforms at Random Guy Kev and my website at randomguykev.com. Today's topic is something about home ownership. What do we do? Something. Oh. Uh. Hmm. That's a good question. I didn't even figure out the title for this one. That's funny.
Something something
Um,
home ownership.
yeah, something home ownership. And my co-host for this episode is
Dan.
so I we were talking about this earlier, and I felt like I talked about home ownership, but we may not have. Maybe we just talked about adulting and that being part of the whole conversation. But home ownership at a big age of a big age. I mean, you could own a home at any age, but having your own home that you're paying bills for, it's pretty ghetto. Um, Pretty ghetto. I mean, I enjoy it. I love it. I love my own space. I love my backyard. I love
Yes.
having people come over. You know, three bedrooms, whatever. But like a lot of one of the bedrooms is for my office. The other bedroom is just storage, and I have my bedroom, my personal bedroom. And then it's like little knickknacks that you gotta do around the yard, clean the backyard, do some painting work here and there, hire people to do stuff. Owning a home is enjoying. I'm happy about it. I
Yeah.
love it, but it's a lot of responsibility. It's a lot of responsibility that you just like look at sometimes and be like, yo, fuck this shit. Like fuck these bills, fuck this. I just want to travel and live my life. Fuck this shit. But home ownership is a great investment for yourself. I could never like being Haitian. One of the things I appreciate is that my parents wanted us to be good before we left home. So it was like never like force you out at 18. It was like, no, I want you to be good, save up as much money as possible so you never have to come back here again. And that's kind of, I feel like that's how it should be. They should, they're always your safety net, but it's like once you get your own spot, it's like, damn, safety net's gone. Nah, that safety net is gone. It's like, damn, I gotta, try my best to figure it out. But it's like I appreciate that part of life that where I didn't have to, get a roommate and get an apartment hop from here to here, figuring it out. I'm like, I've heard stories and I'm like, I don't think I could ever do it. Um, because it's scary and it's like you gotta now you're either relying on somebody else or it's like relying on the building to be good up to code and all that other jazz. It's a lot. And then with home ownership, a lot of people look at becoming landlords too. So they buy two, three, four family homes or apartment complexes, and now you're a landlord, and now it's like you're managing other people in a sense.
Right.
You're kind of the boss for other people, but at the same time you're kind of like the janitor for them. And it's like, damn, do I want this headache as well? Like, fuck. And Dan, you're a landlord, so
Yeah. Yes.
let's jump into that. How's that life treating you? How's home ownership treating you?
Home ownership is I love it. It's great. I got in lucky at a time where the rates were low enough and we were coming out of COVID and I was looking around at renting a place to get it. I had been in school, I got my degree, I had a big kid job and I was like, okay, well, let's look around. I was going to get an apartment and then my dad's a loan officer, like he does loans for mortgages and he was like, "Oh, well, it'll probably be you might as well just try to go buy a house." And it'd be great to look for a 2 unit so that you have you don't have to pay the full amount for whatever the mortgage is, which is nice. So that's what we did. We took a look at a lot of houses, and I would not want to be house hunting right now.
Definitely not. Shit is
But
trash.
yeah, it's terrible. But um, I do love the house. Like, I love living on my own. Like, I love not having to, not that I, like, had to, necessarily answer to anybody, but, like, you didn't really have a true sense of necessarily, like, freedom some points of time with you know, your family, or
Mm-hmm.
real privacy is super nice to have, and plenty of space. Like, all my stuff used to be crammed in one room, and then when I moved out, I have,
Mm-hmm.
like, my side of the unit has 3 rooms, so I can put all my stuff all over the place. I can have my office space, a spare room. I could have storage in the basement. I can have my bedroom and the living room. So I really love having all of that. That's one of my, favorite things that I don't have to, think about. I don't know, needing to deal with any of the stuff, like, because renting, obviously, the downside with renting is you're kind of at uh, you're at the mercy of other people, the
Yep.
landlord or the company that you're dealing with, managers, whoever. You have to deal with them, and hopefully they're not terrible, like, to interact with.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, you can find a place that's not limiting. Do you have pets? Do you not have pets? So in a house, there's no limitation. And then, of course, the nice thing is obviously even when you're paying for your house, you're building, you're building your credit, you're building up your, people are more likely to give you another, loan for another house if you already
Mm-hmm.
are regularly paying off the loan for your current house, kind of thing.
People
So,
people are quick to give you a loan.
yes, very quick.
Mm-hmm.
That was what I was like. So what should I like? I was talking to my dad eventually. I was like, one day, this isn't going to be probably my forever home. Though it's very clear that they just built a wall in the middle of the house and maybe added a little bit of an addition, because it's kind of, I don't want to use the word like you use, ghetto, but my side of the house, the kitchen's definitely a little poorly designed.
Mm.
But, he was like, oh yeah, it's going to be way easier. They're more inclined to give you money because they already got their, you're already showing you're good, so, but
Yeah,
yes.
and that's the thing. It's like, you get to your first home, and I mean, in some cases, it could be your forever home. Like you start doing you start getting a little bit extra money. You just like, you know what? Let me knock down this wall. Let me renovate the kitchen.
Right.
Let me redo the piping. Let me do this, and it's just like, damn. Now you like 50K in,
Right.
75K in. You're just like, I made it livable.
Right. Yeah.
And at some point, like, who knows? That 2 family home might turn into a 1 family home instead.
Right.
You may convert it. I mean, and you never know with home ownership. It's
Mm-hmm.
like this whole house I'm in. It's like I came in at a great time, and now the value of it's gone up, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, that's awesome. And like when I look at old pictures of it, like when I first got it, I'm like, damn, I put in some work on this shit.
Yeah.
Like I'm proud of myself. I did some work, and I'm still holding it down by myself. And it's like, a lot of people can't say they can do that because let's be honest. To live by yourself at a reasonable cost, you got to be making over 6 figures.
Yeah.
You got to be.
Definitely.
Unless it's two of you, you by yourself doing it. It's rough. It's
Mm-hmm.
hard.
Yeah.
It's
Very.
hard, and it's like when you decide to, you know, your home is an asset of yours. So it's like, damn, this is an investment. Let me make sure everything is working out the way I want it to, just in case you decide to sell in the future. Because
Right.
home ownership, you have to think about so much as far as insurance, and then you got to have like a rainy day fund.
Right.
Knock on wood, just in case something happens. Like one time, like 2 years ago, my heater went off like when it was cold as fuck, and I'm sitting there like,
Oh no.
bitch, what the fuck? And like I'm getting quotes from 3 or 4 people. They're just like, oh, we're gonna have to take the whole thing out. It's gonna cost like 20,000. Da da da
Wow.
da.
Dang.
And another person I called, he came in. He's like, oh, this is a good these are good units right here. It's probably something that a fuse blew or something like that. Let me see. Dude, fix it with I only paid him like $1,000 for the work
Wow.
and for the part.
Oh.
And he's like, oh yeah, they're bullshitting you. Like, you don't need to change this. This is fine.
That's like that's totally such a thing, like a tip for like I've been somebody who's been struggled with like being like a people pleaser a lot of the time, so I don't want to like feel like I'm wasting people's time or
No, fuck these
inconveniencing them.
people.
But like the big you like anything related, any expense, like you need to like shop around. You
Mm-hmm.
like get multiple quotes. Do you need to replace your roof? Like, I need to look at that coming down my way, relatively soon in the future. So,
Yeah.
I've gotten 3 separate quotes on what does it cost to do this, my roof, my, and get multiple people to look at problems too. Because, like, in your case, like, it could be a simple fix.
Mm-hmm.
I just had to drop, like 2 grand. My water heater broke.
Mm.
I was
Yep.
able to. I talked to my friend. I YouTube University the part. I fixed it, and it temporarily worked. But the water heater was just too old, and so it had to be, you know, it had to be replaced. But
Yeah.
it's like one, having the money set aside for it, and two, like knowing you're gonna get a good like deal on it. Like sometimes you never know how expensive it's gonna be too, because like I was talking to my guy, my dad's friend who does this, and he was like, "Oh, it's gonna be really expensive." I was like, "Oh my gosh, it's gonna be like some crazy amount of money." And then he was like,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh, it's only gonna be like 1800 whatever." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, I thought it was gonna be." You had me scared there for a little. These house expenses can get very
Mm-hmm.
big. Um,
Them shits creep up on you.
yeah, you never know. Like, do the quotes just to replace the roof, not even including like any lumber or anything on my house, was like 13,000, pretty
Yeah.
consistently. Like, not even including the cost of having to replace any of the wood, which will probably happen. Like, so these are things that, like you said, like you need to start um, putting money away for, because you never know when something's gonna happen. Like, I had the money to replace my my water heater, but not everybody necessarily has put, a couple thousand, been able to put a couple $1,000s away just to like
Just to do that.
account for that. Like if
Yeah.
something happens.
And that's the thing, like, yeah, whenever you get your taxes, whenever you do your taxes, like, pay off your debt, pay off
Mm,
your credit cards, and then at least you feel a little, I feel like you feel better after you lower your debt or get rid of your debt completely after tax season and everything. And yeah, I get it. You want to spend that money on clothes and cars and all that. Listen, pay down your debt if you have any. If you don't have any debt, put that shit right in the savings. Like,
yeah.
take a little bit for yourself, but then put the rest in savings, because you never know what the fuck gonna happen. Like, right now, I'm trying to build another bathroom. That's gonna
Mm,
cost me, like,
oof.
so I have 2 options: building it upstairs or building it downstairs. And the price upstairs is like 25,000. Downstairs is like 10 to 15,000. And it's like, damn, okay. I kind of want it upstairs because having two bathrooms on the first floor makes no sense.
Yeah, it's kind
But
of crazy. Yeah, it
it's
wouldn't make sense. You're like, what am I gonna do with that? The
unless
convenience of
again,
the upstairs bathroom.
yeah. So I'm like on the fence. So I'm like, all right, it's not a need, it's a
Mm,
want.
right.
So I put that want to the side and focus on my needs.
Hmm.
Like,
Hmm.
what do I need right now to get done? Nothing right now. I'm just like, I got some. I need to put up a fence. I need to put up a new fence. So that's gonna cost me a little bit.
Mm.
So that's a need because I don't like my neighbors looking over my shit all the time when I have people over. I don't got time for that.
No.
I don't got time for that shit. Plus, it's an old fence. I have to take it down. So,
Mm.
like, first, let me get some of the shrubbery out the way. Let me cut that shit out the way, and then listen to some people on pricing. Some people I hit up never hit me back, and I was like, all right. And my thing is, I'm always like, give me an itemized list.
Right. You want to you have to. You want to know how much you're paying for each individual thing, because,
Mm-hmm.
if you don't do that, you're not going to get an honest price from people. They're going to say, "Oh, it'll be like blah 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 blah." And you're like, "I don't know. It seems a little high, or
Word.
maybe not, or like,
Yeah, I don't know what I'm paying for. Like, what the fuck am I paying for?
right.
My electrical guy who did he had to rewire my entire house, and
Oh,
he gave me an itemized list for each room, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm fucking with you.
yeah.
I'm fucking with you. After going through like 8 people, after going through like 8 people asked for an itemized list and trying to get pricing, it was like, oh no, we could do this all at one time. It's gonna cost you 25,000. Da, da, da,
Wow.
da. Dude charged me 10,000 total,
Dude, that's
but
insane.
10,000 total. But what he did it piece by piece for me. So it was like whenever I had the money for to finish off the rest, he'd be like, all right, I'm gonna work on this one next.
Ah,
So it's like
okay, okay.
I did the important rooms first. I did the kitchen, I did the living room, I did the bedroom. I did those three out the way because those needed to be rewired. Because the crazy thing is, like, I would connect the fridge, and if I had the microwave going, everything would turn off.
Oh no.
If I had something in my room going on, and like turn on the fridge, like open the door for the fridge, everything would shut off. It'd be like the weirdest shit. It's like
That's
everything's on the same
crazy.
breaker. Yeah, bruh, it was the weirdest shit. So my man's came in, did an assessment. He was like, all you need is to put things on different fuses. That's the problem. That's it. People was like, oh, this is an old system. You need to take everything out. We need to gut it. It's like $25,000-$30,000. I'm like, bruh,
Right now. Right now.
bruh. I just got this house. You want me to put another $30,000 just for electrical? You're delusional. You're
Yeah.
delusional.
Delusional. No way.
So, I mean, and the thing is, it's like not you. Sometimes you don't even learn this stuff growing up.
No.
I'm thankful that my dad taught me a lot of things about just owning a home and making sure I had like extra funds on the side. And like my dad taught me a lot of fundamentals about owning a home. And it's like, okay. And I was thinking, forecasting ahead of time, like, once I buy the house, put the down payment on, I know I'm gonna have to do some fixing.
Right.
There's some plumbing work that needed to get done. And it's like, because sometimes people before you don't, they had the house for like 30, 40 years, they ain't do no work.
Right.
So it's like, damn, now I gotta go in here and do something.
Yeah, some of the stuff like goes like the big issue that I have is I've got all copper pipes, so like intermittently I've had to like go in and like repair pipes because they're so worn out that they're
Yeah.
like paper thin. So sometimes having to make the fixes, I got to make them several times before it like I find enough pipe that works, or it's all try to calcified. Like
Yeah,
some of
yeah,
this stuff is like I replaced my tenant's sink and the kitchen valves and stuff, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'd like try to I turn off the valve and it wouldn't work anymore. When I would I'm just spinning the dial. I'm like, okay, all right, it's not good, that's not good, but we'll get there.
So
Like,
when having tenants, well, my brother has tenants, and like he told me a story of him going, like he told them not to flush the wet wipes,
oh
and they flushed the wet wipes,
no,
and it was plumbing backed up. He had to go in there, dig it out, and everything. I was like, fuck
yeah,
no,
that's crazy.
no way in hell am I doing any. I can't. It's like dealing with children. You give them a couple
Yeah.
rules, 9 times out of 10 they won't follow it, and it's just like, bruh, now I'm gonna up your rent.
Yeah,
Now I'm
well,
up your rent
yeah,
for doing this shit.
It's like the cost, like it's I've been lucky. I've had the same tenant for, the tenants I had came with the house. And so
Okay.
they've been like great. So I haven't had like any issues, like any big issues like that.
Cause we
One of the
fighting.
tenants left and the other one, like, it's been pretty. It's been a learning experience on the landlord side of things. Like it's not. I did like, I didn't really ever give a thought to like having to, be a landlord and what does that, look like, and how can I, be a stronger, advocate for myself when, maybe I haven't adjusted the rent in a while and I need to. How do I navigate, this, conversation, or, the repairs on the spot though sometimes are having to deal with like one of the tenants moved out and then the other tenant kind of probably got too comfortable, and like we had a rule of like in the lease was like no smoking in the house at all, and so then these walls aren't really great, and so we started like I don't really smoke like that, but the tenant definitely smokes weed like crazy. So like
Like,
all
get an air purifier, bitch.
right, like all we would smell on our side of the house is, it would be super. So I had to be like, hey, like, and I, once or twice, and then it never was an issue again, thankfully. But there are some people out there that get like, it's very true that there are some like nightmare like tenants out there. Like, dude, I do not envy anybody having to do that.
I mean, and the thing is, it's like I have air purifiers,
Mm,
just in general, because I feel like you need them. The air in general isn't good for you.
yeah,
Like
and
in
especially
certain
in like
cases.
if your house is old, like you need to have those air purifiers. Like you need to have something like like going through the air. Otherwise, like, ugh,
Especially if you don't open your windows at all.
right,
If you're
right. If
not
you're not
venting
gonna
shit
open your
out, like,
windows
come
ever,
on.
like, that's why like, oh, yeah, I could never not open my windows in the house because sometimes, some days you're just like, I need to open the windows right now. I need fresh air.
Yeah, I mean, so when it comes to home ownership, I know a lot of people. It's crazy because I was looking at something online. A lot of people wait until they get married
Mm,
and then get a spot with their person because two incomes, and then they're together, and then say if they break up or something. Now it's like, damn, now it's just one income, but it's like, all right, we'll just live together because it's cheaper to live
right.
together than
Then to try
to
to find spots on our
tr-
own and deal with this house thing.
correct.
I mean,
It's
like, you might as well.
that's a scary thing.
Mm,
Like, you break up with somebody, now you gotta live with them for a little bit.
right. While they figure out what their next step is.
Like, I would wish that on anybody, especially myself. But
That'd
it's
be
like,
super. That'd be super uncomfortable getting stuck. Getting stuck in getting stuck in home ownership with someone.
again, they act like home ownership. If you look at the old news clippings and stuff, houses used to be like 60,000,
Yeah,
30,000.
nice fair
Shit was
prices.
cheap.
Yeah.
Shit right now is in the high 500,000. Half a
Yeah.
mil for nothing? A piece of garbage?
Yeah.
I
It
saw some
is
shit
not
just
good.
recently on TikTok. A one bedroom, I'm sorry, two bedroom, one bath house, 500,000, and a house looked like shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly like my friend, she's house hunting and like she went for one that's like I think it was a 3 bed, 2 bath or a bath and a half bath and it was like over 5 and the whole I think it was the floor might have been slightly like sunken in so like they'd have to replace the entire floor. Like this is like even when I was house hunting, I looked at a house that was even like 250,000
Yeah.
multiple, whatevers and like the floor was like caved in. I went to my realtor. I was like, "Is this?" She's like, "Well, I did it once, but we're not going to have you do that." Like and the houses keep getting more expensive. Like I bought at 320, appraised at 350, and now my house is like 500.
Damn.
Like that's crazy. And I
Yeah,
it's not like I've like done anything crazy to it. It's just like it's
yeah,
500 now.
my shit is damn near close to there too.
Like
And I'm like, fuck, I'm not leaving.
yeah.
I'm not leaving. And like, I keep getting calls from people like, "Oh, you trying to sell?" No, bitch. Where am I gonna go?
Right,
Shit
exactly.
is just as expensive.
Right. You got to go find, you sell this house and then you got to go find, hopefully, another house. Hopefully,
Yeah,
maybe.
nah. I'm good. I'm okay. It's one of those things where it's like, I have to buy one of those Amazon signs that says no solicitors.
Oh,
'Cause motherfuckers always bang on the door. Hey, I see that we were doing some work around, and we see that you did it. Nah, bitch, fuck off.
yeah, leave me alone.
No, leave me alone. Like, when it comes to home ownership, there's so much bullshit you have to deal with.
Yeah.
It's
Dude,
like,
that's why I'm glad I live right off like a main I literally like right off a main road, so and there's no like sidewalks or anything, so like Nope, I never get anybody. I got one dude last year who was like, and it was kind of hilarious to have a conversation with him because he was a very clearly a young guy that didn't have a lot of self confidence, trying to sell me on like his on their pest removal services or something. It's like he was just talking about it and not like trying to sell me on it. He was just like, yeah, we have this. I'm like, okay. And I was like, dude, I've never gotten somebody to walk up to my property before. It feels like I'm missing part of the quintessential American experience. Like, no one coming up be like, have you
They try to sell you on so much bullshit.
all the
I'll be
time?
like, bro, you're wasting my time. This is why I don't answer the door.
Yeah, they're like, would you like to pay for our gold, bronze, silver, or gold premium package? And you're like, dude, can you just tell me what I need to do to get these like mice out of my house? I was like, how can I? Why do I gotta buy a membership to a pest removal thing? Can you just
Word.
tell me what it's gonna cost? So on the in and out, but I mean that's kind of the way. Like they're selling you on like yeah, memberships and stuff. Like some of these big companies, like that's what they do. Like so that I mean, you probably figured out like having the big thing of like having a guy, a quote unquote guy, having a local person that you can. Most of these people that are local, like they'll just like they don't they don't beat around the bush. They say, hey man, here's what you're really like looking at. Like you know, this is what is realistically timeline, cost. Like you do have to shop around, but eventually, once hopefully you find somebody that's good at what they do. Like I'm super glad I've got my plumbing and heating guy. Like this is my dad. It's an old family friend, so he's like a go-to that I
Yep.
will probably never ask anybody else for help. My best friend, he does HVAC, so I'm like,
Mhm.
anytime I have an issue, like I know that I can call him and he's gonna help me out. Like having a collective resources of people who you can turn to when you need it because I was like I don't know if my dad has the answers exactly to my water heater questions, but
Yeah. And that's the thing. It's like I tell everybody, call as many people, get as many quotes as possible, because you never know you're gonna find that one that got you,
right.
that one that got you, and you be like, oh, I got you. Give me your business card. You know what? You family now. Let me save your
Right.
number. Let me save your number, and kind of take it from there. Again, home ownership is like it's a scary thing, but it's fun to dive into. But at the same time, it's like diving into it alone is different than diving into it with someone else.
Very.
It's a different experience, and I've always told people like when I get married, when I find my person, like yeah, no, I would definitely love to go house hunting with that person because that's going to be our experience. That's going to be our thing to do together. If it ever gets to that point, I mean, we don't gotta house hunt together. We could stay here. We could. My house is good, but or my house is good. Your house is good. It's whatever you want, boo.
Right. Like if you're good
It's
here,
whatever. It's whatever
okay.
works. This shit is expensive right now. We fight for our lives.
Let's pay down the house a little bit more and then kind of see where we're
Word
at.
for fucking fight for our lives right now. So it's one of those things where I appreciate where the journey is, and I feel like they should teach some of this. It's the same thing with financial literacy. Teach this in high school. Teach a little something
Right.
about this in high school.
Right. Like that's kind of like part of been like the big thing that like I felt like an incompetent adult because I didn't know, like I didn't feel like I was competent because I didn't know who I should call or how to like respond to this. Like if I have
Mm,
a problem, like what is a list of like me of like a I don't know, like a flow chart of like problems with such and such a thing. It's like
yeah.
even and it might seem like a simple thing to be like, oh, you have a mice problem, call the exterminator. But like, what are getting good? The big thing is getting good at like the DIY life. Like,
And it, yeah.
YouTube
It's
University. I have never touched a water heater in my in my freaking life.
I
I've never
have,
done
and
any of that stuff, and my friend was like, "Oh, it's your insert name of whatever it was," and I was like, I asked him, I was like, "Can I YouTube? Can I like YouTube University that?" And he was like, "Yeah, you could probably figure it out." It was like a $12 part initially, and I like, was it kind of frustrating because I don't have a lot of technical know-how? Yes, but did I fix it? Frick yeah, I did. You know, it got me a few days before my tank decided to die on me.
and that's the thing. It's like, yeah, I could DIY shit.
Yeah,
Certain shit I know, certain shit I don't know,
but other yeah,
and then it's like, do I got the money to pay for somebody that's
Right.
an expert in it? Hell the fuck yes, I will pay that person. It's the same thing like calling AAA when your tire goes out. Do I
Right.
want to change my tire? No. Do I know how to? Yes. Do I want to change my tire because I pay for a service to do it for me?
Right, exactly. Yeah.
The fuck?
Yeah. In that case, definitely not.
Yeah, for what? I like one time my tire went out in the dead of winter, cold as fuck. I'm not going outside. Fuck that. I pay for AAA for a reason.
That's very true. That's valid. That's valid.
Why do I have AAA if I can't use it? And somebody gonna call me a bitch because I'm a man and I should know how to change. I know how to change my
I know
tire.
how to change the tire, but I ain't going out in the cold.
I ain't going out there. Exactly. It's the same thing like certain shit like in your house, like painting. Listen, I'm a paint. I'll paint the walls. That's easy.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I looked at a service to paint because I was like, listen, they could probably come in here and paint this shit, fuck it up real quick.
Right.
And I'm like, you know what? Let me buy the paint. Let me do this shit.
Right.
Let me tell you, it took me fucking 3 days to paint a wall, a couple walls because you put the one coat on there, wait for that shit to dry. Put another coat on there, wait for that shit to dry. Put another coat on there, wait for that shit to dry. And then you're like, maybe one more.
Yeah,
Wait for
you're
that
like,
shit to dry.
I think that's smooth, right? That looks good, right? Do I need to do that again? Maybe. Why not?
Yeah, then you got these professionals that do this shit in like 20 minutes, like charge you $1,000 to do this shit in 20 minutes. I'm like,
You're like,
maybe it's right.
Yeah, right. Like sometimes it's like you just pay for like that convenience. Like the first year that I like moved into the house, I moved in like April, and like I was working a lot. I was working a couple of jobs, so I like was just never home for the most part during like daylight hours and during the week or the weekends. So like I was like, I found I've got an acre of land. I don't even have I didn't have a lawnmower. So I was just like, I'm just going to pay a landscaper to do it, once every other week. And just like the the time it saved for me was just like, it's so, worth it.
I did the same thing. Don't worry. I didn't have a lawnmower. I did the same thing my first year of owning this house.
Yeah.
And motherfucker was here every week. And I was like, bruh, can you come out grass every 2 weeks? You don't need to be here every week. The fuck?
It's exactly
come here every week. And it's like, you got this whole team, but you still ain't giving my grass like a shape up. Like, the fuck you doing?
Right.
I get it. I'm paying you $40. It's like $40 a week. But the thing about it, motherfuckers cutting everybody on the block for $40.
Right.
Every week. I'm just gonna count
just
10
like
people. That's
regular-
$400. That's
just a
$400.
regular
I'm just
one.
gonna count 10 people. $400.
Yeah.
And you just steamroll through our shit within like 2 hours.
Right. You're not cleaning up edges, You're not, doing
You're not
any
shaping
of that
shit
stuff.
up. You got the big ass machines. You ain't doing shit besides cutting the grass. Which is fine. All right. Do you? Do you, my guy?
Yeah, that's
next year. I got I got my lawnmower.
You're like,
I got my edger. I'm gonna shape my shit up myself.
You're like,
I'm gonna
first
shape my
year,
shit up myself.
fine. I'll put up with this shit right now. But next time, it's my time.
Yeah, that's. Listen, even when we just had the snow, I don't mind shoveling snow. It's a great workout for me if I can't go to the gym.
There's nothing more that I hate than shoveling in my life. This much snow, as much snow as we've freaking gotten, it's like
I I don't mind it. I was only pissed because I came back after SHOT Show, and I was able to buy some salt.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
So I had a
dude.
little bit of salt, and everybody was fucking hoarding salt. I'm like, bitch,
Oh,
y'all act like this
yeah.
apocalypse right now.
Yeah, me and
So I was like
yeah.
outside every hour shoveling snow, which was fine. I got my
But
steps in, I got my workout in, it's whatever. But it's like, ah. But I think at some point I'm gonna get a snowblower just to have a snowblower
yeah, that's
because
facts.
it's
Yeah.
just convenient. It's all about convenience at the end of the day as you get older and you got money.
Exactly. You got money, and like, do I have the time? Is it gonna, is spending this money, like, is paying this landscaper going to, save me the time that I need and convenience to like make me or everybody happy? Like, then if it is, then it's probably worth, spending the money on.
Mm-hmm. And you see, and that's the thing when you become a house owner, you try to needs versus wants.
Right. Very
That's a big
important.
thing. That's a huge thing that comes into play.
Do I need to
Huge
replace the roof right now, or could it wait another summer?
word. And that's the thing. Like I got solar panels too, so it's like,
Ooh. Ooh.
I was like, I don't pay for the solar panels.
Right.
I mean that my price is like one set price, and it goes up incrementally every year by like $1 or something. But it's better than me having to pay the local for whatever I'm using, because
Right.
my price electrical goes up in the summer and the winter,
Yeah.
and when it goes up, that bitch go up.
It goes. Yeah. It can get pretty bad. They're like Rhode Island right now. Like, it's like nonstop. Like Rhode Island Energy. It's like people are like. I've never seen as many people complain about having to pay crazy expensive bills as I have like lately. Like, it's been pretty bad. Like,
Yeah,
people
no,
are
no
very mad
thanks.
with RI Energy.
I'm good. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm okay. Like my solar thing, I have a contract with them for 25 years for a flat rate each year, and it's like it's not bad. It goes up incrementally again, but again, it's like I produce so much energy that I sell back to
Right.
the state, to our energy PSE&G, and they pay me for my energy.
Wow.
So it's
Oh.
like essentially I'm not paying shit.
Yeah,
So
that's way
I mean,
better.
I pay them whatever price. Again, we this is the stuff you talk about as a homeowner. You talk about all this shit, savings and shit. Like, damn,
Yeah, you're like, oh
where
yeah, maybe I should get solar. Oh, tell
I
me.
mean,
It's so funny because you just like any other day of the week you'd be like, nah, but like homeowners, you're like, how is solar going for you? Tell me about solar.
and that's the thing. It's based on where you live. Sometimes your state gives you a kickback because you're going solar. Listen,
Right.
it's cool. I enjoy it. It's working out for me. It's doing what it needs to do. But as we get to the end of this topic, what do you want to leave people with on this home ownership, being a landlord, all this jazz?
The biggest thing is start putting money away. Regular maintenance is good, and you literally, when none of us learn a lot of this stuff, so like, don't feel bad trying to ask people questions. Like, avail yourself of any sort of, shame or discomfort. Like, you will need to ask for help because there's not one person that knows every way to fix everything wrong with a house for the most part. So you will need to ask questions. Don't be afraid to call a professional, get multiple quotes on stuff. Like, don't be afraid of that. That's like a big barrier to people fixing houses, fixing up their house or whatever. Don't let that be an issue. That's a big one for me.
Yeah, and that is it. Thank you, Dan, for joining me for this episode.
Thank you for having me.
You guys can find me on all social media platforms at Random Guy Kev and my website at randomguykev.com. Don't forget to check in, and I will catch you guys on the next one.